Sometimes for different reasons, insurance companies will change their commission rates. Here's how you handle that powerfully, gracefully, and set yourself up to be in the best position possible. The first thing is to remember, this is like anything else. This is like the real estate market, the stock market. There are up and down cycles. If you've been in the industry any period of time, you know that. So while some people are freaking out and telling their team members it's gloom and doom and they're complaining to their spouses and they're all negative, there are other people that are saying, hey, there's about to be a shift. Whenever there's a shift, opportunity happens. Customers go from one agency to another. Team members go from one agency to another. Power dynamic shifts. People look to different people for leadership to step up. So the first thing is to keep calm, keep perspective, and remember, this can be an opportunity if you handle it right. Second thing, when you find a situation, anything like a hurricane or commission rate increase, where it's really weighing on your fellow agency owners, and you know they might be either pulling back on their efforts or slowing down, or they might retire, this is when you get stronger with your social media. You have more of a presence. You come out to your customers and you tell them, here's how it can help you. Here's what we do. Here's all these different things. You never mention the rate decreases. Your customers don't want to know that. They don't care. You don't mention it to your team members. They don't care either. They're making less money than you, right? What you do is you double down on being the market leader, whether it's your social media videos, you get on podcasts, you host a podcast, you write a book, you host events at your agency where you educate customers, or customer appreciation events or birthday events. There's a host of things you can do where you become more in the public eye, and rather than cowering, you rise to the occasion, and that helps everybody in the marketplace realize you're somebody to be reckoned with. Probably the most important thing you can do when you receive notification from your companies that you're going to get a decrease in your commissions is do the math. Look at the math. Depending where you're at, the math might not be as bad as you think, or based on other incentives they have, it might be better than you think. So before you start getting all emotional, do the math as best as you can and look to set yourself up so you're living off of whatever are your guaranteed compensation rates. So if your guaranteed compensation rates were X and Y before, and now they're E and F, learn to live off of E and F every month and cash flow every month off of that, and know that company bonuses are gravy. You don't want to depend on those. Company incentives, all those are gravy. If I can live off my base compensation rates, and if I can keep my budget personally and professionally within that, then I'm fine. It might not be everything I wanted, but I also need to keep in mind that me shifting careers just because I'm mad, just because I didn't get exactly what I wanted, doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be a wise decision. So really leaning into the math helps you look at how serious the situation is or isn't. Anytime you receive any sort of news that isn't what you like, lean into the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you can't change your compensation rates because your parent's company or companies or one of your carriers has changed them, move on. Let's see what's the next thing we can do. What can you control? What can you influence? You can always ask questions, say, hey, what are you seeing? What's the trend here? What are we doing? Oh, this changed, but that changed. What are the upsides? You'd be surprised. Sometimes people in the executive side do a horrible job of presenting the upsides of some of these changes because they too get so caught up in the negativity or the fear that comes from some agency owners. And again, it's not always better. And I'm not saying you want lower commission rates, but again, overall, think big picture. Sometimes your rates go down, and that means your commissions go down a little bit, but you can write more business. Sometimes your rates go up, which means it's harder to keep clients, but then your commissions go up. So again, always look for what's the best side of this and keep leaning into that as much as possible. Whenever you get any kind of news like decreased commission rates, also make sure you are remembering your purpose. Why did you start this business? Did you choose it over different models for a reason? In our business model, we can help customers protect themselves and make sure they're okay. If they get sick or hurt and they're unable to work, make sure their income's there for their loved ones. Make sure there's incomes there if they die prematurely. There's so many things we can do. We can help them budget, help them plan towards their goals and their dreams. So if you stay connected with your customers' goals and dreams, and your team members' goals and dreams, and your goals and dreams, you stay focused on goals and dreams, it's a much more powerful conversation. It's a much more powerful industry. And you will not only make yourself AI proof, but you will put yourself in a situation where short-term hiccups like commission rate changes or whatnot won't be a big deal. and you'll make sure you continue to thrive. The companies still need you around. They can't let go of all their agency owners all at once, so they need you to thrive. If they've gone too far with their changes, they'll need to adjust them. You keep moving forward. Keep being in that top 10% of the agency owners out there, and you'll be just fine. Always remember, it's your team, especially your retention and service team members, that give you freedom. So just because you got a rate decrease in your commissions does not mean you start taking out on your team members. It's the worst thing you can do. You're shooting yourself in the foot. They're going to go somewhere else to somebody else who understands, oh, a little thing happened. It wasn't exactly what I wanted. I don't have a knee-jerk reaction and take it out on my team members. I don't kick the cat because somebody else did something to me. I'm going to make sure they even more realize, hey, you're safe, you're solid, you're steady. I'm looking out for you as best as I can. I'm going to do everything I can to have me absorb the hit as much as possible. And we'll work towards whatever those new objectives are that the company might have, or however we can make more money. There's going to be more opportunity. There's going to be people that freak out. They're going to leave. Some of those customers are going to come to us. There's going to be some things we do that hopefully are in alignment with the company, and maybe the company will give us some assignments. But there's so many things we can do, like any other situation, hurricane, flood, whatever it might be. We're going to focus on the positive. We're going to move forward. Team members love that, and that's what gets you through your career. You will have at least 2 to 4 signature moments, pivot points in your career, where you're going to decide either to be really negative and go with the popular crowd that just says everything's wrong, everything's bad, and everybody did everything wrong, as opposed to the group that says, you know what, I don't even care if they did anything wrong or not. It's all on me. It's my responsibility. If it goes wrong, it's on me. My name's on the door. I'm going to make sure I take care of the part I can control. Always make sure you adjust your personal budgets. Keep your expenses reasonable. So many insurance agency owners I work with are so well within their income. They're so frugal with how they live. They're still living well. They're still abundantly supporting their kids, their grandkids, their goals, their dreams, but they're smart about their money. So when these little things come, they're really just like, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to make as much. Not a big deal. Let's move forward. Your ability or inability to manage your finances is huge, especially in our field. So be on top of that. And if you're not, just understand that you've been out of alignment. That's your fault. If you were overspending, you're spending too much, and you're not saving money, that's not the company's fault. That's your fault. Fix it. You can fix it, make it better, and get back in alignment as quickly as possible. And finally, always get support whenever you have news in your business or personally that doesn't really resonate well with you or kind of throws you off. So your friends, the ones who are moving in the right direction, connect with them. If you have a small mastermind of other people who are in your field, do that. And if you don't, find out, listen to the ones who are talking about, hey, we're moving forward. Talk to them. Hey, let's meet once a month. Let's talk once a month on Zoom, in person, whatever it is. Build that. Don't sit there saying, well, you know, 20 years ago, the company used to do that for me. Be a big boy, big girl. Do the thing you need to do to make your business happen the way you want. And if not, definitely read your books on positivity, whether they're personal growth, attitude, mentality, business growth. Talk to your coach, whether it's me or the coach you worked with before or anybody else. Make sure you're doing the things that keep you in a positive mindset. Keep moving forward, and good things will hold for you. In this business model, in the insurance agency model, in the long run, things just about always work out. There's short-term hiccups. Be wise enough to understand this too shall pass. Everything will be fine soon. Keep your head up. Keep doing the things that are going to make you money. Don't get caught in the drama. There's problem or perceived problem, drama, and solution. The drama is not going to do a thing for you. Stay out of the drama. Move towards the solutions. Talk to the people who are focusing on that, and you'll soon be where you want to be as quickly as possible. Hope this helps you. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to me. I look forward to helping you create the life, the business that you want most for you, your loved ones, your team members, your clients, so you can fully enjoy your family, your friends, your faith, your freedom, and your fun. Let me know what I can do to serve you.